Welcome back to Relationships. We are going to be on episode number 3. Okay. And tonight we are going to talk about dating. Dating. One of the most commonly used words in relationships. It's very broadly used. Dating is used all around the world. Doesn't matter if you're in the United States or outside of the United States. Dating is a form that shows that two people are in a type of relationship. So, very commonly used word. It is used by young people. It is used by older people. Everybody uses the word dating in some form of fashion to describe a relationship. So, as I like to do and not beat around the bush, we are live on Station Head. Let's just jump right into it, okay? The first thing I want to do is let's get to the definition. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not using some special form of information that I've gathered from miles and miles away from me across the world. I am using Google, okay? So, according to Google, the definition of dating, as far as two people, it says to go out with someone in whom one is romantically or sexually interested. First thing I want to point out about that, it doesn't say that it's both. It says or. Go out with, take out, go around with, go with, be involved with. So let's take a minute to break that down. Go out with, to a movie, out to eat, to a park, coffee shop, very broad. Take out, same thing. Take them out somewhere to eat, take them out to a movie, take them out to a coffee shop, take them out to do wine and canvas, take them anywhere. Go around with, take them around your family, take them to a public event. Dating someone mean? Dating means you're going on dates. We just broke that down. Okay. Well, hopefully you can hear me there. Make sure the connection's good. Sorry about that. It says dating means that you're going on dates with someone. We broke that part of it down. It means you're actively getting out there, meeting people, and spending time with them. Dating someone means you're seeing someone specific with purpose and on a regular basis. You're spending time with a person or persons in hopes of finding a committed relationship. Now, let's just stop right there. Normally, when you think of someone saying, "Are you dating anyone?" They go, "Oh, yeah, I'm dating somebody." You think of it being just those two people. But according to the definition of what it means to be dating someone, it's saying person or persons, which means there has to be a conversation had between those two individuals as far as whether they are only dating each other or dating other people. Okay. Now, it says also, what is the difference between dating and a relationship? Dating means no serious attachment. A relationship is a true commitment. I'm going to stop right there for a second. Dating means no serious attachment. A relationship is a true commitment. That is pretty self-explanatory. So if you are dating someone, even if it's just that one individual and you all are not dating anyone else, it still has the definition of it being no serious attachment. Now, unless a conversation is had early on about what the expectations are for dating, that could be a serious problem Because I can tell you right now that two people are not going to see that the same way unless the conversation has been had already. It says a relationship is a true commitment. Now, we know what a commitment means. That means something that has a bond, has a special meaning. You're going to owe that person a definite explanation if you want to break things off, because there's a commitment there. There's something that has been established. There's an agreement. There are expectations that are expected to be held up and so forth. It also says the level of the relationship you have with another person defines the difference between casual dating and being in an actual committed relationship. So just because you're dating someone, there needs to be a conversation had. Are we dating just each other? Are we casually dating? Are we dating to gain towards a committed relationship? No one said you have to break out do you want to get married, or you want to have kids right away? Do you want to move in and together and go buy a house and move to another state? No one said you have to have all those conversations per se, but you definitely need to figure out what step you're going to be at as far as this dating is going to be. Okay. Because dating is very broad. And while one person may have certain expectations, somebody else may say, hey, I'm dating you and 5 other people. You know, I'm trying to see who I like. I'm trying to see what I like. I'm trying to see if I want to be in a committed relationship with one of you. And the other person may say, hey, I'm only dating this one individual. I only date one person at a time. You know, the conversation has to be had of not only what an expectation is, but what is a person's preference. You know, some people prefer to date broadly. Some people prefer to only date one individual. The conversation has to be had. There's just no way around it. You're not going to know unless you bring this up. Now, another point is, does dating mean boyfriend and girlfriend? Here it says there is no commitment in dating. The word dating does not mean to have sex with someone in the American English language. Boyfriend and girlfriend, this is a committed relationship where they have said, let's not see other people. So here's another level of the relationship. Dating and boyfriend and girlfriend are 2 different things. According to this, if you say you are someone's boyfriend or someone's girlfriend, you have now entered into a committed relationship where it is just the 2 of you. That is serious. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't break up. That doesn't mean that you have to set a date as to when you're going to get engaged and start talking about marriage, but it does mean that you're in a serious relationship with that person, and it's supposed to be just the 2 of you. That is what the expectation is as far as saying someone is your girlfriend and boyfriend versus saying I'm dating someone, even if you're only dating that one person. So the thing is most people, when they're dating, are hoping to be in a committed relationship. I don't know a lot of people that are just, like, hey, I just want to date. I'm not, really looking for anything too serious. But there are people who do that. And really, there's nothing wrong with that if you're looking at different definitions of what it means to be dating. Telenoia, I see you checked in. Thank you. Thank you. Nunu, I see you're there too. Thank you. Thank you. Modern Real Talk. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all tuning into the show. Thank you for your support. Hoping for a committed relationship. A lot of people are looking for that. But then there are people who just enjoy dating. And according to these different definitions, there's nothing wrong with that. The only time there will be something wrong with that is if someone is being misled, lied to, or, this is going to be harsh, put on your seatbelts, you don't ask the questions. And guess what? Sometimes people don't ask the questions. And you know why? Because a lot of us don't like to hear what we don't want to hear. So some of us are afraid. Let's just be honest. Let's be honest. Let's be straight up. Some of us are afraid to ask the question about something that may be too serious, or where are you looking to go with dating? Are you looking to move dating into a committed relationship? Because we may just be comfortable with this person because of however it started out. Or maybe this person is telling you, I really like you, or maybe this person's told you they love you. I mean, if you're dating someone and they told you they love you and you love this person too, but now you go and you look up these definitions and it says they could be dating other people, or even if they are just dating you, it's not a serious relationship. Let me ask you a question. Would you be willing to say, hey, I know we love each other. I know we're dating. Are we actually boyfriend and girlfriend where this is a serious commitment? Because what if that person says no? Now, it's an honest answer. And really, to be truthful, they wouldn't be in the wrong. I mean, let's be honest. Let's keep our seatbelts on here. They wouldn't be in the wrong. I mean, the only way they would be in the wrong is if they deceitfully lied to you about it. So it's so important to ask questions. Even if you're not sure you're going to get the answer you want to hear, it's always better to get the truthful answer, because that will save you and the other person a lot of heartache, pain, sleepless nights because you're not sure, uneasiness. It's just better to ask the questions. That's the only way you're going to know. Most of us are looking to find someone to be with. I don't know too many people that want to end out their life alone and by themselves. I'm sure there are some people who do, but I think a lot of times, and this is my personal opinion, this isn't factual, this is my personal opinion and gut feeling. A lot of times, when people do end up alone, it's because they just couldn't find what they were looking for. Maybe they didn't know what they were looking for, or maybe it just never came into their life. There is nothing wrong with having whatever your standards are. People try to say lower your standards, or, your standards might be too high, or you need to look for this or look for that. Your preferences are your preferences. They're your decisions to make as an individual. But with that being said, it doesn't mean that you're always going to find it. You may or you may not. And that's where you have to decide if you want to make some adjustments as far as what you're looking for. But the main thing is, if you're dating someone, you need to figure out if you are dating in a relationship with this person, if you all are boyfriend and girlfriend, where it has the stipulation of having a commitment. If it is just dating, are they dating other people and you're just dating them, or are you all openly dating? What is the definition of what you're doing with this individual? And like I said, it's not about looking so far into the future that you have to scare somebody off, talking about marriage and babies and, putting bank accounts together and moving in the house together. I mean, those are future conversations to be had. You can still have a commitment without establishing every single detail, but you can't have a commitment without having a conversation about whether a commitment is there or not. That's just impossible. I mean, you have to bring it up. What relationships are and dating are a lot like? They are a lot like going to the doctor. You go to your doctor, and if you feel okay, you usually tell your doctor you are okay. You could be having a problem for 3 months. And if you feel okay on the time for that regular annual physical, you won't even bring it up to your doctor. It's not that you forget. It's just you don't want to have the uncomfortable conversation. You don't want to have to disrobe if you don't have to disrobe. You don't want your doctor looking at your ugly toes, I mean, that's just pretty much how it is, and we do the same thing when it comes to communicating sometimes with people that we are in some type of a relationship with. There usually ends up being a disconnect there where we want to stay on the easy road and the comfortable spot. But then what happens is when we get disappointed and we get let down, what do? We start adding more bricks to the wall. And then before you know it, you're just shut out completely. And then what ends up happening then is you really just make all of your future relationships, if that particular one doesn't work out, you put more difficulty into your future relationships by doing that. But a lot of times, even if it wasn't your fault that things ended up the way that they ended up, it's still your fault if you don't bring things up. That's where it ends up being your fault. You have to bring things up. Just like you have to bring things up to your doctor. Your doctor can't say, hey, your doctor's never going to look at you and say, you know what? I know you're feeling okay today, but for some reason, it just feels like the last 3 months you weren't feeling okay and you don't want to tell me something. Your doctor can't draw that out of you. They're not going to know. They're only going to know that day if it looks like something wrong. So you have to be able to find within yourself the courage to do the things that are good for you. It's real easy to put someone else forward instead of yourself. But when it comes to asking questions about the relationship you're in, dating, the future of how something is going to go, you gotta be ready to do that. You gotta be willing to ask those questions. And you have to have an honest conversation with yourself about what it is you want, what your expectations are, the fact that you may not get what you want, the fact that you may not hear what you want to hear, and the fact that that individual's expectations may not be the same as yours. You have to be prepared for disappointment. I wouldn't say hope for the best, expect the worst. Just have the conversation and see where it's at. You have to have the conversation and see where it's at. That's so important. So important. So very, very, very important. Boujat Latte, I see you're there. Probably sipping on some coffee. Hello, love. Thank you for tuning in. Always supporting me. Modern Real Talk, I see you. Thank you. I really appreciate you all support. You all have been really good to me. Extensions, I see you there again. Thank you. Lots of support. Thank you so much. I'm gonna be honest with you. Until I started digging in and doing a lot of research on this, I would have thought that dating and boyfriend and girlfriend were the same thing. I'm just being honest with you. I would have thought they were the same thing. I wouldn't have thought that just by saying boyfriend and girlfriend, because when I think of that, I think of something more on the level of grade school or high school. This is my boyfriend, this is my girlfriend. It just sounds a little cheesy. I'm just being honest with you. But cheesy or not, if you don't have that established, it's not an actual commitment on a technicality. So, dating is really just getting to know someone. Dating has a very broad spectrum. Dating is a portion of a relationship, and being a boyfriend and girlfriend with someone is another part of a relationship, but it has a commitment behind it. So it's so important to know what you are into, what you are getting into when you are with someone. I think knowing what these things are and the differences will help you and I when we are disappointed, because there are no guarantees in life. It will help us to not put up a brick wall so fast, not have the next person pay for someone else's mistakes just because we felt like we got hurt or we got wrong. Because, that could happen. Someone could still tell you, yeah, we're boyfriend and girlfriend, and lie to you. And, you could still get your feelings hurt. But maybe this time you're going to try to look into it a little deeper. Ask a few more questions. Do you know what that means? What does a commitment mean to you? You might want to ask somebody that. You might say, hey, boyfriend, girlfriend means it's just you and I. We're not seeing other people. There's a commitment behind it. I'm looking to go forward with something. They might say, yep. But you might want to ask them, well, what does that yep mean? Can you give me a definition behind that yep? Does that yep just mean check mark, like conversation complete? Or does that mean check mark, like let's go ahead and skip down this pathway together holding hands? Because those are two different things. Just because somebody agrees to something doesn't mean that they really mean it. And then it doesn't mean that the expectations are going to be there. And more importantly, because I have not talked about a marriage show yet, and believe me, it's coming. I've been married. I'm divorced, which means I failed at being married. But I'm going to tell you, commitment or no commitment, boyfriend and girlfriend, monogamous, dating, not dating, a commitment can still be broken, especially when you're not married to a person. So that is something to keep in mind too. Okay, you can't just go all off cycle on somebody because they break a commitment to you, even if they do lie to you. But you definitely will want to learn from the situation and try to make sure that you don't put yourself in that situation again. Okay, so with that being said, I hope the things that I have told you have been helpful. Please follow some of the other people that you see in these comments on here. They have a lot of great content. I am just one individual, one human being, and there are so many other people out there that have so much information that is beneficial to you, but you have to look at what they're talking about. You have to listen. Okay. There's a lot of stuff out there, a lot of things that can help us, but sometimes we just don't look for it. We don't try to get it. All right. So follow Station Head, go on Instagram, follow Station Head, follow Buja Latte. She likes coffee. If you like coffee, you better go follow her. All right. So I hope you all had a wonderful, safe Tuesday, and I look forward to doing another show with you. Brewski 3336, I see you, my man. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate your support as always. And you all have a wonderful evening, and we will do a show again soon. You will have to wait to see what the topic will be. Just know it's going to be something else about relationships, okay? All right, you all. Have a good evening.